Okay everybody, so we are going to do something super fun today, and I'm going to kind of show you the very beginnings of what I did here to get started. Okay, so what I did is I took a 4-inch square coaster mold, the kind that has the rim, okay, and I mixed it together with this. You can use any color you would like, but I just chose to use my thermochromic pigment that is heat activated, and this particular one goes from blue to violet. Okay, it is one that I had made up, and I have already finished this. It's cured, I demolded it, and this is what it is. Okay, this happens to be more than 72 degrees in here, so it has already turned violet. Okay, so then I took some cardstock and I made myself a little tablecloth. Okay, and I just happened to choose this pattern here, and I have sprayed this with my sealer, just my spray art sealant. Okay, and then I have also have this little set that I got from Hobby Lobby. It's made by Mayberry Street Miniatures. Okay, this was actually, I found this in the dollhouse section at the craft store, and it comes with 4 plates and a set of silverware for all of the plates. Okay, a knife, a fork, a spoon for all 4. So I'm going to be using that. I'm also going to be using a bit of these magical adhesive dots. Leave a sheet of that out there. And then I'm also going to be using just some stickers. These are 3D stickers. They came from La Petite's, which is Hobby Lobby. Okay, but you can get stickers, or you can leave this part out altogether if you'd like. But I'm going to be using one of those. And so what I've done is I've made up some resin. I'm just waiting for a few of the bubbles to kind of disappear. So I'm going to give it just a couple of minutes and I will be back. Okay? Hello everybody. I just thought I would take just a quick second and show you what I'm doing with my plates here. You can just keep them silver as they come in the package, at least these little plates, but I decided I wanted to give a little bit of color. I started out with a paint pen and it gave me just a bunch of lines. Okay, so I don't really want that, so I'm gonna just take just a bit of this white acrylic paint and see if I can make my white rings around my plates look a little bit more kind of uniform without the lines. Okay, so I've done a coat. Gosh, I just did a coat and it's about dry, so I'm going to do one more coat, and if I can't get these little streaks in here to disappear, then I'm going to toss that idea and just go back to using the plain silver plates. Okay, so I'm going to use my little craft stick here to help hold this down and just paint over this. Okay, I think that's much better. Well, it's still kind of wet, so I can't really bring you up to show it to you right now. And then we'll do the next step. I'll see you then. Okay, everybody, so I'm back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take just the tiniest bit of resin. And one of the things that you can do is, if you want to keep the rim of your coaster, you can work on this while it's in the mold, and you can work upside down and have this all face up. Okay, I want to work face up where I can see what I'm doing in each layer. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is just pour the tiniest bit of resin. Still have a few bubbles in here, but not many, and they're going to be probably hidden mostly anyways. So I'm going to go ahead and roll this around from side to side and give it a squirt of alcohol, just a bit. Use my craft stick and go ahead and help it through this area. Might not be quite enough. This part doesn't have to be perfect. I just needed it to cover the bottom here. Okay, I'm going to do another little quick, I just see some tiny bubbles in there. Not very much, but just a few tiny bubbles. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little tablecloth here, or maybe you want to use something that looks like a picnic, maybe like a little blanket for a picnic or whatever you want to do, but I'm going to do a tabletop theme. So if I do have one more stubborn bubble right there. There we go. And I'm going to kind of slide this under. I am not, we're working from the front up here, right? So it's not as an important of a deal if I get bubbles underneath it. I just don't want it to show through. Come here. I do need to get that centered though. I think that looks about right. And my tablecloth is going to be changing color here. I didn't have very much sealant left, so I just barely got any on here. But I'm going to go ahead and kind of help this through. Kind of get it covered. Grab a baby wipe right quick. And since we're working on our actual coaster, don't forget to wipe up your sides. Okay, if you spill a bit and you don't want it to be on there on your finished product, wipe it up. And you can use baby wipe, just a bit of light of alcohol. And you can always go through and touch up with a bit of clear resin over the top when you're all done, if you'd like. But okay, so here, this is what we've got so far. Okay, see how it's kind of all hanging in there. Now I'm just going to kind of make sure that it's straight, because I feel like it's kind of not right this second. Okay, there we go. That's better. Maybe over here just a hair. Okay, I think that looks about right. Now, another thing that I did is when I got my little silver place setting here, I decided to come in, and you can use whatever you can find at your craft store, color stuff up or not. I went ahead and did a white rim around my silver plates. So now I'm going to go ahead and add my plates in. Center that one there. I'm going to center this one about there. Okay. So this is what we've got so far. Okay, our little plates are just centered in there. And I'm just going to watch my tabletop here, make sure that this one seems like it's sliding down a bit, and that's okay. I do have some little sticky, I can use my little double-sided stickers here if I want to just stick them down there and not have them move. So I want my plates to kind of be in place before I put my silverware on. Okay, so this is looking pretty good here. I'll drag this over just a bit. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and place my silverware. And let's see, this is going to place this the correct way. See if I can get these in the right spots here. There, everything seems to be setting kind of in place. I think I'm going to go ahead and add my sticker. I really don't want to put my heat gun over this. So I'm going to use a tiny bit of alcohol, but from way back. I want just the finest mist. Okay. There we go. That was from probably about 12 inches back. And just that fine mist kind of took care of any little lingering bubbles that we had there. So for my flower pot, I was going to maybe try to incorporate one of these larger things, but it didn't really work right. It just kind of made it look like they were laying on their side. So I'm going to take one of these. I think this one here. This little sunflower. And this is also in, well, it's kind of 2D, I guess. It's got 2 layers. So what I normally do when I have something like that is I will go ahead and I will dunk it in my resin first to avoid any bubbles coming up from in between those 2 layers, okay? And I'm going to let it drip down. Try to get some of that excess off. Sometimes I will go ahead and let these dry or cure a bit, you know, before I place them. But today I decided I'm going to go ahead and just place it now. Okay, so there's that one. Got bubbles way over there. Go. Okay, so this is looking pretty good. I feel like my tablecloth is kind of staying where it needs to be. Let's see, my silverware is doing pretty good. Scooch the stuff up a bit. I'm going to let mine sit here for just a few minutes before I go ahead and pour more resin over the top, okay? So when this is cured a bit, it doesn't have to be all the way cured, but just enough to where I know for sure that nothing else is going to move and that it's all going to stay put, okay? And I want to make sure that my tablecloth kind of stays where I want it here. Okay, I'm going to set this over my curing rack and just kind of keep an eye on it for any bubbles, but yeah. I will be back when this part is done and we'll cover it up with resin and we'll see what it looks like in the end. I'll see you then. Okay everybody, so this is not completely cured, but it's starting to set up pretty well. Do you see how cute this is? It's just kind of fun. And so you could just leave it at this and wait for it to cure and go ahead and cover it up. But I found some little daisy buttons here that I had, and I snipped off at least most of what I could of the back of the button part to make them as flat as I could. I think I was going to use these for a different project, but I'm going to come through here and see if I can find the ones that are the flattest on the backs. And then go ahead and put them in the 4 corners. Because when I kind of stuck it there, I thought, oh my gosh, I felt like it just kind of needed a little something. So I'm going to put my little daisies right there, all the way up to the corner. I want them to be covered with resin when they're done, so that's why I'm kind of pushing them all the way up to the side and making sure that they're kind of balanced flat up against that corner. So I think it's just kind of cute, gives it just a little added something. Might make it a little busy, but that's okay. Just kind of trying it out this time. You can always change it up next time, right? Okay, so yeah, it is looking a little bit busy, but I feel like it kind of needed a little something there. I don't really have anything, I don't think, to put in those plates. All of my food things I have are really big. And I was going to put a little bee on top of my sunflower there, if I could find something kind of bright. It looks a little dark right through here. Really whatever we want to do. So these little stickers comes in, I believe there's 5 or 6 sheets, okay? And this is from Joyful Nail Art. Either it came from Amazon or Temu, I'm not sure. I order from both these kinds of things, so. Here's a little bright little bee. Boy, these are some teeny tiny little stickers too, I will tell you what. Might have to get my glasses on for this. Yeah, I can barely see that. There we go, get our bee on there. So there is this. I am going to just make sure my little daisies stay where I want them. Kind of flat and flush up in their corners. And then I'm probably going to go ahead and mix up my resin really soon and let it start kind of sitting and warming up a bit before I start pouring my next layer. Okay, spray it again with my alcohol. There we go. All right, you guys, I will see you when the resin is all made up and ready to pour. See you then. Hello everybody, I'm back, and so this little coaster did completely cure, and then I came back over it and I put a top coat and kind of a dome over the top, and it's, oh sorry, that's kind of pretty loud, huh? It's pretty much all the way cured, but the top is still just a little bit sticky. But I just kind of wanted to show you what it turned out like. It's actually super cute. Looks like I got a little piece of lint or something here on the side that I didn't catch, but and a little spot over here that still needs to cure all the way. But this is it. I think it turned out really cute. I'd love to know what you think. I know it's just kind of a novelty, fun little coaster, but it's for springtime. And then we've got the base of the coaster here that is color changing. So, and that is a heat activated. So if you put a cold drink, it's going to do one thing. If you put a hot drink on there, it'll do something else. But yeah, it was super fun. It was just kind of an experiment that I've wanted to try for a while. Anyway, thank you all for joining me, and thanks for being patient with some of my video troubles I've been having lately. I think I might just have to get a new camera. I've been having some issues with it, so I apologize for that. Thank you so much for joining me, and I appreciate you all, and I will see you next time.